Welcome to another video. We are out here on the rooftop of TK MMA and I am going to be coaching a completely random subscriber to the Thirst app. Come hither, Scott.
What's up, guys?
Introduce yourself, where you're from, what's your age, what's your gender?
I'm Scott, I think I'm a male. I'm from the UK and I recently, past couple of months, signed up to Aesthetic Blueprint and I'm visiting Dubai, so rightfully so, I just spammed Mike's DMs, not really expecting anything, but he actually responded. So.
Hey Mike, can we train?
Yep.
Can we train? And you know what, I replied, I was like, you know what, why not? Let's fucking go through a session. He's made some pretty serious progress, he's enjoying it, and I think today you were asking to do a push session.
Indeed,
So
anything but legs.
It just so happened, yeah, well, it would be fun to put you through a leg session, but might as well have some fun with this. So we're going to do a push day from the new split, the Aesthetic Blueprint, and hopefully get a naughty little pump and you'll learn a thing or two. Do me a favor and just hang from one of those bars for as long as possible. Stretch everything out. It's chilling. Let's do that for the next 1 hour. 5 minutes and 26 seconds. Can you believe that?
That's the power of the Aesthetic Blueprint, guys.
Right, so I'm going to disregard what he's done the previous week because I'm going to be critiquing his form. So let's just warm up with let's do the 12s.
12s?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And guys, whenever you're setting this up, incline, there isn't like an exact perfect incline that you should do. I would just say vary it from here to below 45. If you're doing 45 degrees, it's going to be too much front delt. So I reckon today, this will be good. Tell you what guys, it's good to be coaching again. We used to do this all day, every day. First thing we want to do, retract the shoulders whilst keeping the arms straight, yeah? And then what we're going to do, because we want to try and hit more of the upper pec fibers, you're going to come down, but you're going to point the elbows down slightly. So this is going to be perfect, right? You don't want it too close, and you don't want it all the way back. This is what we're going to aim for. And then you're going to drive up, and it's all going to be thinking about the elbow positioning. So you're creating an arc with the elbow, so the elbows go wide, and then the elbows are going to come up, and then you contract the chest there, yeah?
Yep.
So I want to feel that for every single rep. Just like that. Yeah?
Got it.
Good. Just do a little warm up with the 12s. I want them a little bit close to your torso. Yeah. Good. A little bit slower on the way up. I just want you to think about contracting all of those fibers. Good. Good. Keep the hands wide. Hands should always be above the elbows. So just pause there 1 sec. So like here, yeah? Because if you go like this, you make it easier for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Rest. So you smashed the PB today. Well done.
Session
did the 12s. Good. Realistically, I mean the last time you did this.
I could do 28, 30.
Do 26.
26?
Yeah. Just do three reps.
3 reps.
Because we're going to work up to 2 working sets. Remember, elbows close to the torso, 45 degrees. Good. A little bit faster on the way down. Good. And then contract. Good. Rest. Pop down. Good. You've got that easy. Let's get the 30s.
Go on then. 30.
Is it clicking? Sorry guys. My platinum, day date, rose, gold, yellow, white, silver is causing noise. Right. Working set, 7 repetitions, 7 of the best repetitions of your life.
My life.
You're going to impress me.
No pressure.
Come on, Scott. Get in position, shoulders back. Good. 1. Elbows closer. 2. Contract. 4. Good. 5. 6. Good. Nice. Very good. How was that? Scale of 1 to 10?
That was beautiful. Actually, what you said about the position of your elbows, with that form, I feel a lot more activation in my chest, which goes to show. 32s?
Yeah. This was an injury, severe injury. There was a lot of blood, wasn't there, Rob? From rock climbing the rocks, and this is all like very, very, very seasoned. It can handle it, but this bit is not. Soft as a baby's bum. So I was like, not prepared really. Right, in between these sets, we're having quite a bit of rest because we're trying to maximize the performance of each of those 2 working sets. So wait a couple of minutes, heart rate to go down till you're ready to go in again, and then we're literally giving it 100%.
100%.
I guess the biggest problem with this in particular is you'll want to try and lift as heavy as possible, but there will be a point where form starts to get a little bit messy, shoulders will take over a little bit, and then you're defeating the whole purpose of you doing this exercise. The goal is to place as much mechanical tension as possible onto the chest, in particular the mid to upper chest.
Yeah.
So if you can't place that tension on the upper chest and it goes onto the shoulders, then it's like, well, what's the point? You might as well just lower the weight a little bit.
Yeah, just no ego lifting.
But everybody loves to ego lift on this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hard squeeze. Good. 6. Give me 2 more. All the way down. Big stretch. Elbows in. Contract. Good. Last 1. Big rep. Big squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Nice. That was all you. That was like the perfect amount. So 8 repetitions, 32. Next week, you could probably do, the increments are a little bit annoying. I don't think you're going to find a 33 kilogram dumbbell anywhere. So I would do 34 for 6 or 7 reps, assuming that the form is going to be equally as good.
Well,
nice.
Now I know how to do them.
Right. Next one, a machine lateral raise. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this exercise. Very good one for the delts. You've got constant tension throughout. I think on the app specifically, I've got a standing lateral raise machine, but we don't have that here, so it's very easy to just swipe, replace to do this one. Most gyms have this one. I think the most important thing is just making sure that you've got the height setting perfect. So you don't want the pad rolling up and down your arm. So if you could sit here, please, Scott.
Sit off.
Just what I want you to do as well, just like don't hold that. So we're gonna hands free.
Hands free.
Yeah. Just do a few reps. I want to see if it's. Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
Looks okay. All
Is it
right,
moving?
pause. Now, the only reason I told him to not hold the handles, sometimes it's okay to hold the handles, but when you really grip a handle hard, you start to engage other muscle groups. A little bit of the forearms and upper arms is going to try and assist with moving that weight. So if you just completely relax your hands, then you switch off all the muscles here, and it just becomes pure delt isolation. Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's see how many reps we got. 8 reps.
8 reps.
1, 2, all the way up to the top. 4, 5, good. All the way up. 6, good. 2 more. Last one. Good. What are your goals, by the way?
Interesting. I think for me, I want to lean bulk. I think I'm naturally quite lean.
Yeah.
I'm lucky in the sense that I can kind of eat whatever I want, and I don't really put on too much body fat, but I am a hard gainer.
Yeah. But do you track?
I do track ever since I've started the Aesthetic Blueprint. I think that's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's just, especially as I've gotten older, it's just keeping track of training, diet, like tracking your food and stuff. It's just, when you have to do it all by yourself,
yeah,
it's a lot of hassle, and it's hard to stick to. That's my biggest issue.
How old are you now?
26 now.
Yeah, so I think it's quite easy to say, oh, I'm a hard gainer. I think in reality, it's probably not that hard for you to gain. You just have to be a little bit stricter with tracking the calorie intake. And for you, because you're naturally very lean, you just need to make sure you're eating enough. Because if there's a few days where you miss a meal, you're traveling, like this trip in particular,
Exactly.
nutrition's not going to be great.
Yeah.
So it may be the case that you're maybe under on calories on certain days. So if you're doing that too frequently, then it's hard for you to either maintain the weight or just to put on that weight at a reasonable rate, which I always say, if you are looking to grow and build muscle, no more than 0.2 kilograms per week should be the goal.
I think that's something that I struggle with a lot, especially when I'm on the move. It's like if one day I don't eat as much as I need to,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like everything just goes out of sync. And
Yeah.
I'm someone who, for some reason, when I train, I seem to pump up somewhat, but when I'm flat, I'm just like, maybe it's because I don't have a lot of fat on me, or I just seem to be like deflated 24/7.
Yeah, no, it's probably in your head.
It probably is. It
Yeah.
probably is, to be honest. But yeah, it's difficult.
Is that how many years you've been training now?
I mean, on and off, it must have been about
On
8
and
years.
off?
On and
That's not what I like to hear.
That's the problem, Mike. I think I used to be, when I started out, I was so disciplined, and then as I've grown up, and training's just kind of been one of those things that like I just do it when I can be bothered to, as opposed to making it a necessity in my life,
Yeah.
which is what I'm trying to change.
Well, that's the thing. If you are the type of person that's been on and off, just set yourself a realistic goal of, I need to go at least 3 times a week. Then it seems like, okay, well, 3 times a week is not that much of a requirement for me to just go and get it done. But if you're going weeks on end without training, that's a problem.
I think what the problem I had is I used to train maybe like 5 days a week, and then when life would get so busy and I can't get into the gym 5 days a week, I end up barely training, and then just, even if I only went 3, I'd still feel guilty that I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
But I think that was more so a lack of knowledge on how to utilize 3 sessions
Yeah.
as opposed to just 5. You know, I was just doing standard
Yeah.
bro split.
Yeah, if you're doing something like this where you're really tracking the weights, you're giving everything you can for the working sets, you're choosing the right exercises, you can make progress off 3 sessions a week. Obviously, doing an extra one and doing 4 would be great. And then 5 is, I say 5 for the people that actually they enjoy the gym and they're really trying to grow as quickly as possible. But
Yeah.
if you're doing the 4, if you're doing 3 or 4 consistently, that's still good. But you got to make the sessions count. 1, 2, 3, nice and high. 4, 5, good. 6, 7, good. All the way up. Good. One more. Big drive. Yes. Good. Don't need to do any more on that. There is a massive queue for the pec fly machine. So instead of waiting, I'm going to coach him how to do a dumbbell chest fly properly. When was the last time you did a dumbbell chest fly?
God, years. All I do now is cable pec flies.
I still think it has its purpose, but it just requires a little bit more discipline with executing it and making sure you don't injure yourself and you keep everything symmetrical. So again, there's no perfect incline to do it at. You can do it at incline, decline, flat. I think today we'll do it flat, and I will just do a little demonstration. You can find suitable weight. So similar thing to when you're doing a press, just get yourself fixed in position. I like to expand my chest, pull my shoulders back a little bit, and then come down, keep a slight bend at the elbow. I would come down as deep as feels comfortable for you. So for me, that's about here. I like to get a nasty stretch on this. And then we're gonna drive up, straighten the arms, bring the elbows together, but we'll stop here because here there's nothing really happening. So we're gonna focus the bottom 2/3 of the rep. Big stretch, and then squeeze. Big stretch, and then squeeze. I would say probably the hardest thing about this is ensuring that everything is perfectly symmetrical. So I'm gonna have to be the judge of that.
Let's give it a shot.
You could also get a tripod or get someone to film you from the back to see how it's looking. Because the problem is if you're doing this with not perfect symmetry over time, then you end up with one chest bigger than the other, which is not great. Good. So down to the side. As you go down, you just increase the bend in your elbow. Feel the stretch. As soon as you got that peak stretch, then you come in back up, elbows together. Good, just to there. So there should be constant tension. And then you're actively trying to squeeze at the top. Good. Good. Looks pretty good. Try straighten the right one a little bit more when you come down. Yeah, the right one is too bent. You got to straighten the right arm. Yeah. One more. Nice. Rest. Good. So now I'm going to get you to watch that footage back so you can see for yourself.
Right.
And then it'll make a bit more sense.
I think that'll help a lot visually seeing it. I watch it back and I go, why the fuck can you straighten your arm more? But when you're actually in it, it's like, I'm thinking about
it feels like it's straight, but it's not.
Yeah.
So that could be down to some potential imbalances or maybe more of a restriction on one side versus the other. But you don't notice any... No,
I haven't, no.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll find out later,
Cool. Right, let's go again.
All right.
So he's watched it back and now he's going to try and do it a little bit better. Definitely better. Nice. Big squeeze at the top. Good. A lot better. Nice. 3 more. Two. Yes, good. Nice. Yeah, it's one of those things with the free weights, you have to think about it way more, and then it may get to the point where you have to maybe consider using machines if you want to continue to overload. Weight-wise, do you think you can do that again with a bit more weight?
I reckon I can now,
Yeah.
15?
Yeah. I literally can't grab onto anything. My forearms are the most sore they've ever been from rock climbing for 1 hour. Need to work out my fingers a bit more, I think. 3. Just come to here. 5.
Yeah, I think when you stop my arms from coming up further, it's
harder.
Keeps the tension on continuously, yeah.
It's going to be very tempting to just come all the way up to the top and just have a little bit of a rest, but I would keep that tension at all times. Right, we've done that one. I think he's learned a few things from that. As I said, good exercise to do. Right, let's do Smith machines. Oh God. Let's just pretend that's not happening. Smith machine shoulder press. 2 ways to do this. For those who are more advanced, you can do it behind the head. I don't think we necessarily need to do that today. I think we just keep to doing a normal Smith machine press. Let's see if this is good for you. I have to set it up a little bit differently because I have such a big nose. So I need to make sure the bar doesn't completely squash it. Right, so hands a little bit wider. Yep. Just make sure it's the same distance apart from here. This is very important, guys. It needs to be the same distance apart. I want your elbows to be under your hands at all times, okay? Is it hitting your nose?
My nose. All right, back to submission.
There we go.
How the hell I got the hood on my back, but still gotta watch my shoulder? How you feel like I'm supposed to take care of you when your ass way over?
Yeah, that's good. Nice. Put some weight on it. There's different types of Smith machines. This one is directly upright. You get some other ones that are at a slight angle, which I would imagine are probably a little bit easier. So with this one, always keep the elbow underneath the hand. You don't want to be at the bottom position like this. This will absolutely spangle your shoulders. And then wrist positioning. Keep it in line with your forearm. I don't want any of this happening. No bending of the wrist.
So when you're doing an exercise like this, and you're, for example, doing 7 reps, the last rep, is that supposed to be, completely the full tank? And if so, how would you adjust that if you're by yourself, for example, on an exercise like this where you might not have a spot?
You basically want to be able to do at least 1 more rep. You don't want to get to the point where you're doing like half a rep, because that's when you're probably taking it a little bit too far, and obviously the risk of injury and failing is obviously going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
So how do you know? It's quite difficult. You just have to gauge it. Like, you have to be quite good at predicting how many more you have left in the tank. So if you're not very good at that, then I wouldn't go to failure. I'd be like, okay, maybe I have like 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
As you get more advanced, maybe do it so that you just have that 1 rep in reserve. I find it quite hard to not push to failure, but I think realistically, you know, if you really, really try and give it like literally 100% as if your life depends on it, then most people probably could do that extra rep, and that is the, okay, pushing to failure. The more riskier the exercise is, then I'm more conservative about pushing to failure.
Right.
If there is more risk involved with injury or dropping the weight on me. That's why I kind of prefer doing, when more weight is involved when I'm lifting, I prefer to do more machines. Because getting into the starting position is easier, and failing is also easier.
Yeah. Got ya.
2, 3, 4, elbows under the bar. 5, good. 6, good, keep going. You're not hit failure yet. And again, big drive. Good. So 1 more. Big drive, full focus. Let's go. Come on. Good. So that's failure.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, you pretty much had it. I literally just went like that.
That's it.
Good.
Oh, ready.
So you could have done 1 less rep and it would have been fine.
By myself, yeah.
But this is extreme pushing.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that level of extreme pushing for every single working set, it just means that you're going to need to spend more time recovering because the sessions are super intense.
Yeah.
But if you were training 3 or 4 times per week, it'd be fine. But if you were going to train 5 or 6 times per week, pushing at that intensity for every set, you run the risk of overdoing it a little bit, where recovery is going to suffer. You ever done a JM press?
JM press?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar, no.
Great exercise. It's basically like this.
Ooh, interesting.
So you're coming down. As you come down, you want to rotate the wrists a little bit. So you're in this position. You keep the elbows tucked in. Don't want to spread them wide. Keep them tucked. And then you're bringing it to around about your chin. And you'll reach the point where you're pretty much just resting. Like, for me, this is as low as I can go because my forearms and biceps just won't even allow me to go lower. So when you get to this position, obviously your wrists are rotated, you're just going to drive up like that. Nice and slow on the way down, feel a stretch in the tricep, and then up. Yeah?
I see.
I'll let you obviously play around with this because it's the first time you're doing it. It takes a bit to get it.
So what would be the difference between that and a skull crusher?
Skull crusher, a skull crusher, you're doing this.
Yeah.
It's coming right behind your head like that.
Yeah.
And then up. So both of them are still good exercises. I would do both. I'm actually gonna link, or not link, I'll show you a little clip of the man himself, Mr. JM, who invented this exercise. I think he's done like a 10-minute tutorial video on how to do it, so I don't even know if I've fully done it justice. So if you do want to perfect mastering this exercise, go and watch that video. So you bring it, you're just letting it come, keep the elbows in, let it come down to your mouth, and then you rotate your wrists a little bit. So in this position, you've got to like that.
Oh, I see.
So you rotate the bottom,
Yeah.
and then as you go up, you straighten it out. Yeah? Is the weight too heavy or is it okay?
It's okay actually.
Yeah.
It's a nice stretch.
Yeah. See if we can go any lower. If not, don't worry. There we go. Nice.
Whoa. There you
Good stretch on that. Good. We won't count that as a working set.
go. Yeah.
How does it feel?
Yeah. I don't think I've felt that kind of stretch before, my
Yeah.
triceps.
You could also do the same thing on a Smith machine. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
see.
I would probably, if I was really wanting to load it up, I would do it on the Smith machine, but still perfectly fine to do this. I think you probably could do a little bit more, but it's up to you. 'Cause obviously it's the first time you're doing this. We just how many reps are we doing?
How many reps are we doing?
8 reps.
Let's do a little bit more.
Bit more, yeah?
bit more.
So that's a 20.
That's 15.
Oh, even my triceps are pumped off that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sick one. I reckon 25 or something, if you can find a 25. Nice. Good. Gonna give me 3 more. Last one. Good.
Ooh.
Very good.
How was the form on that? All good?
Good weight.
Yeah, wow.
You could probably tackle a bit more, but I don't think we need to. This is literally the first time you've done this. And the form looks pretty tight.
Really good burn on the triceps there. Wow.
I think this is this is an underrated exercise for sure. I don't really see many people do this. I think it's very good if you master the execution.
What would you say is the best exercise for mass on your triceps?
There
I
isn't
know
one.
there's a peripheral
Yeah.
of options, but
So when you're doing heavy pressing, whether it's bench pressing, overhead pressing, you'll indirectly train your triceps, but you don't necessarily hit the long head very well. So that's why you'll need additional exercises to hit the long head, which we'll do, whereby usually it's just an extension exercise like that. So usually what I like to do, this has always been my approach to training triceps. If I'm doing a push session or training triceps, I will do one focused like push exercise, which will be either dips, weighted dips, machine dips, or some sort of close grip press, ideally with Smith machines. And then I will do some kind of an extension, either with a rope or single arm, or even like a machine. And then I'll do some sort of overhead extension as well. And that would be like my 3 go-to movements. Twice per week, at least, and there was 2 times that you train your triceps, 2 exercises. I think you're good going. Right now we're gonna do chest focused dips. So this is gonna be a combination of tricep and chest, particularly lower chest. This is gonna be very dependent upon how advanced you are. Ideally, you wanna lean forward as much as possible, feel that stretch, and then come up. So this is gonna be a lot more chest focused, but obviously it's a lot harder. So if you can't do that, I'd be happy if you do 6 reps. But if you can't, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold your feet. So for those people, if you're doing it by yourself, you can literally just stand on a bench and just do, it's almost like you're doing an incline push-up, okay? So get into position. First one we're gonna do, I'm gonna hold your feet.
Right.
Just keep your legs straight and then sink into it and then up, yeah. Feel it on the chest?
yeah.
Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more. 3, 2. Good. And it's interesting because people always ask me, oh, why don't you do your dips for the triceps using this and just add weight? And the reason behind that is, for me, it's really difficult to keep fully upright, which is ideally what you want when you're doing tricep dips. So whenever I start to struggle and the weight is too much, automatically I lean forward and my chest takes over. So, I mean, if I want to try and hit chest, it's perfect. If I'm trying to isolate the triceps, I'm much better off just doing a seated dip machine so I can keep my torso fixed. So I'm gonna let you rest. I then want you to give it a try just doing body weight. So again, come to the side so you can see how, just lean forward into it. Right, let's see what you can do with the chest focus.
Give it a go.
So basically, keep the body straight and lean forward as much as possible. Yes. Just go as low as feels comfortable. Very good. 3, 4, 5, good, keep going. 6, 7, one more. Good.
Oh,
How was that?
yeah, wow.
Feel it on the chest.
Really good stretch.
But again, it's like, just be careful how you do this. The sketchiest part of the movement is obviously the bottom, when you get in that peak stretch.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't have the strength to control the depth, then you can obviously injure yourself. So you have to be confident enough and strict with that slow, eccentric portion of the movement. If you go down too fast, something's gonna fucking rip, and you don't want that.
Do you think it's worth prioritizing upper chest training?
I would say so. I mean, particularly if it's lagging. It's very rare to find people who have like a super developed upper chest.
Yeah.
So I think when you're doing either like any kind of flat pressing, the majority of the pressing you do will more than likely develop your mid to lower pec. Even if you really tweaked your position, if you're lying down and exaggerated the arch in your back, you can kind of turn it into more of a decline press.
Yeah, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 2 more. Lean forward. Last one. All chest. 6.
Oh, God. Chest on fire.
Very good. Right, last exercise. The hack. Right, so on the app, what we've actually got is a cable crossover tricep extension. We don't have that out here. We have the wider crossover station, which is not going to cut it. So instead, we're going to try and replicate the movement as closely as possible, which we can do with the 2-rope trick, which basically just maximizes the range of motion. So very simple. What you're going to do, lean forward. So the leaning forward just ensures that we've got a good stretch on the tricep. Stick the pie out, and then you're just going to bring it out to the side. Squeeze hard, full lockout, okay? If you stand upright, you're basically just doing like half the range of motion.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we want to go full range, all the way down, and squeeze. Good. Repetitions, we have 8. It's good. So straight back, arch it a little bit, stick your ass out. Elbows tucked in. Yep. 3. Come on. Squeeze it harder at the bottom, full lockout. Yeah. Two more. Good. How's that?
Yeah, nice. Probably go up a little bit in weight.
Yeah.
It's much more of a stretch as opposed to when you do just a single cable rope.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't like to do this with either a small rope or a narrow attachment. I need the full range.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it, what I would do instead is I'd just do like a single arm press down. So get an attachment, just come down and squeeze. Good. Elbows fixed by the torso. Oh, it's harder now, isn't it? Good.
Probably need to lighten that.
I'll give you a bit longer rest. But yeah, literally keeping it fixed
Feel it.
there, like you would very easily want to
Slowly.
come forward and move a couple of inches. But the moment I stick my fingers there and prevent your elbows from coming forward, immediately gets harder.
Yeah, yeah.
After this set, you're gonna turn into a man.
Big squeeze. Squeeze hard. Come on. See how much harder it's got. We would have been better sticking it to the original weight. That was good.
Yeah, shit.
But it's about, like, that's a sign that
Going
triceps are fatigued, your chest is probably fatigued. We've done enough for shoulders, especially like the front delt's been hit pretty hard today. Mid delt, obviously we did the lateral raises. You get a little bit of mid delt from the overhead pressing, even more so if you did it behind the head.
Yeah.
Rear delts we would do on the pull day and also on the upper day of this split. So I think everything is pretty much covered. You could do more if you wanted to do more, but it's not necessary for him to do more. Most important thing for him to do now is just recover and eat.
Eat, that's the most important.
And then you're back to doing the next session, whether you do that tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
Nice. Good.
Yeah,
And
nice
that's the
toasty.
thing, like, you don't necessarily have to destroy yourself. You don't have to get like a proper sweat on. Like, with these style of training sessions, there is a fair amount of rest. It's not like we're just doing like, superset, tricep, let's do as much as possible in 1 hour. No, that's 1 hour, we're taking our time, we're trying to make each working set count, lift as heavy as possible, and it's, in my opinion, quite simple.
Yeah, that's what I like about it the most. I think it's because I hate having to go into the gym and do, 5 exercises of chest, these supersets, and
Yeah.
triple drop sets and all that. Whereas here it's just like only a couple of exercises where you push hard, but it's still
Yeah. Like
straightforward.
on paper, it doesn't look crazy.
Yeah.
But when you do it, you're like, oh, actually, that's quite intense.
Exactly.
Like, you really give everything you can give in those working sets, and then that's it. I mean, outside of the session, you can work on your cardio, you can do your walking, or if you want to work on your endurance. But when you're in the gym and the focus is to build muscle, do this style of training. Yeah.
Check out the Aesthetic Blueprint, guys.
Yeah, boy!
Living proof here.
Link in the description. And I'm looking forward to seeing this transformation in the next couple of months.
Check back in 90 days.
Yes.
See what's going on.
Wicked. See you later.